Hello, I'm Mason Marangella from Vertex Effects, and today we're going to see if our Steel String Supreme can SRV. Today, to see if we can actually nail the tone of Stevie Ray Vaughan using our Steel String Supreme, we're going to be using a couple of different pieces of equipment. First of all, absolutely have to have a Fender Stratocaster, so we're going to be using one of those. We're going to be using a TS10 tube screamer because although the Steel String Supreme emulates the amplifier that Stevie Ray Vaughan used, the Steel String Singer by Dumble, it doesn't do any of the emulation of the pedals that he had running into it. So we're going to be using a TS10 just like he did, running that into our Steel String Supreme, and then we're going to be splitting it. We're going to have one side of the Steel String Supreme feeding the front of a Fender Hot Rod Deville, and the other side is going to be feeding direct. So I'm going to take you part by part through a couple of different sounds. You're going to hear it in all of its glory. We're going to pan back and forth between the amplifier and the direct, and we're going to see how close we can get. Let's get into the very first example. Now, if you've never heard of a Dumble Steel String Singer, it's an amplifier that Stevie Ray Vaughan very famously used with a couple of other pretty famous artists, including Eric Johnson and John Mayer. But for the purposes today, let's focus on SRV, and if you want to check out some of the John Mayer tones that we've already recorded using the SSS pedal, you can check up above or look in the description. But the Steel String Singer was an amplifier that was originally intended as a pedal steel or a lap steel or a slide guitar amplifier, but kind of got reappropriated by Stevie Ray Vaughan and then became sort of this iconic amp amongst guitar players who wanted really big, fat, clean tones. And originally, he discovered this amp when he was recording with David Bowie the record Let's Dance, and he borrowed one of Jackson Browne's Dumble amplifiers and then decided to contact Dumble to have his own amplifier made, which eventually became the Steel String Singer, which is what we've modeled our pedal, the SSS, on, using Steel String Singer number 1 that we actually compared side by side with the pedal in order to voice it most accurately through an amplifier or going direct into your DAW or your mixing board. Let's now check out another example. So that was, does the SSS sound like SRV? You be the judge. I'd love to hear from you in the comments what you thought of how close this sounded. Now, we had a great player today with my good friend Jeffrey, just absolutely nailing it on his Strat, but I want to know what you think of the tones that are being created from the pedal in tandem with the TS10, and whether you think this gets close, or if you have some other suggestions on ways that you think we could get even closer to that sound, whether that's direct or whether that's through an amplifier. We'd love to hear your feedback. And if you like what you saw today, I highly recommend that you subscribe, you like, and you leave us a comment. That way you can stay up to date with all the latest and greatest stuff that we're putting out through the channel. Thank you again so much for watching. And again, this was seeing if the SSS can SRV. I'm Mason Marangella from Vertex Effects. See you later.